What's up, everybody? It's TA Media here again to talk about Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie that is coming out in January for American viewers, December 14th for Japanese viewers. And we are going to talk about what it should be. These are just some quick thoughts. I hadn't put nothing out about the trailer yet. I'm really into Dragon Ball. I'm really into Super, obviously, Z when I was a kid. I've been following, the Dragon Ball franchise since its Toonami days, like a lot of people. And my thoughts on what Broly should be is that I hope he's really like his original incarnation, except, for the backstory, really. I mean, the only really drawback that everybody had was that, he was just this big dumb crybaby. And it was true. And, apparently they've stripped that away. From what we can tell. Who knows? Maybe he is pissed at Goku for crying next to him as a kid. Or maybe that's just in there to, poke fun at us. Maybe that's the reason he wants to kill Goku. But, his main drive, his main goal is, to destroy Vegeta for whatever, happened with King Vegeta back in the day. I'm on the full train that Broly is under Paragus' control. I don't think he really has his, really his own motivation, so to speak. I don't think he's, like this. I don't know if he'll be like, like the devil, like he was supposed to be in the original anime. Maybe once he's set loose, he is, But as for now, I think he's just going to be like, Paragus' weapon in the movie. I think the whole backstory is definitely going to be driven by something that happened with King Vegeta way back, in which is sort of like what happened in the original incarnation of Broly. I think it's going to be more layered this time. Have a big significance. Maybe the origin of the Saiyans part of the movie is that Broly was going to be the strongest they'd ever seen, or they ever were gonna see, and and King Vegeta knew something about this, and he wanted Broly to be destroyed because of that, or something like that. I think apparently Bardock and Goku's backstory is supposed to be something like this, so maybe it is Goku and Broly's backstories intertwined again. The two strongest Saiyans to ever live have some kind of, faded backstory. And that could definitely be true. If anybody doesn't know already, they're doing remastered Dragon Ball films, DBZ films, that are coming out in September and November, I believe, that are about, the first one is obviously Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, which these were released a little bit before they announced that this movie was about Broly. Now it obviously all makes sense. But the other one is a double feature with the Bardock special and Fusion Reborn. And, it's not a coincidence that Broly is the first one to come out and be remastered, and that this movie is about Broly. So a lot of people have led to the theory that, the double feature is because Bardock is going to be in the movie, which a lot of people are already pretty much thinking too, and that Gogeta is what stops Broly, because, Fusion Reborn is about Gogeta. I think both of those are pretty good guesses, if not the sure thing. A lot of people think Ultra Instinct is going to beat Broly. Maybe Ultra Instinct does show up, and Goku just, dominates Broly or something, and that pisses him off more. So when Goku's body can't take Ultra Instinct, Broly gets even stronger, and him and Vegeta have to fuse. That could very well be the ending. That's what I think it should be. I don't really want to see Ultra Instinct one-shot Broly like in the original film, because that'll just that was the main problem a lot of people had with the first film too. Not really me, I think the movie was already, there was not much you could do besides have Goku get power from everybody and put it in the one blow. The fact that Broly was so dominant in the movie and got beat by one blow kind of, but I mean, it's also because he was so powerful, and I get the whole reasoning behind that ending of that movie. But I think this movie will be different. I think Ultra Instinct and Gogeta will be in there. I think Broly's defeat will come for sure. I think he's dead by the end of the movie, which is why I think maybe they should pull the Infinity War theory and have him beat all the characters that we've seen. Not all the characters, obviously, not 80-something characters, but the main players from the Tournament of Power. What if he came to other universes and beat the Saiyans of Universe 6, hit, Jiren, the Pride Troopers, what if he dominated all them? And this is what really got Goku and Vegeta's attention. But then again, I don't think that's happening. I don't know. It doesn't even really make sense. I wish it did. I think that would be cool, have a Thanos like Broly. But, probably not. Universe 7 is probably going to just be him and themselves. I mean, they did already reveal that Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza fight Broly, and they usually would hide things for the movie. So maybe he does do something like that. Maybe Jiren comes in and helps, because he wants to defeat Goku on his own, or maybe Hit come and helps for the same reason. That could all be a thing, but it's all theories and stuff until December is when, the first release of the movie comes. I think Broly should be mostly what he was before, I think that's what captured the hearts of all the people that seen him in his first incarnation. I think that's what led to this reboot, is the fact that a lot of people loved him. A lot of people hated him, but let's be honest, the main reason a lot of people hated him was because of the 2 sequel movies that are terrible. I think the first original Broly movie still stands as one of, if not the best, Dragon Ball Z movie that they made. It was my favorite. I think this movie will be my favorite anime movie of all time, period. I think this is what Dragon Ball should be. It should be strong guys duking it out in a unbelievable fashion. And I think at the end of the day, Broly will go down as the potentially strongest character we've ever seen, just because I know that he's not going to reach his full potential before he dies. There's just, especially if Saiyans have no limits, Broly's going to reach some kind of peak of power where, Goku and Vegeta, or Goku himself, or Goku and Jiren, or whoever is going to be like, we have to stop him here now before he gets any stronger. They defeat him. It's over. I do not see Broly surviving this movie at all. I think that's the way it should be, too. I don't think Broly should be a part of Dragon Ball Super going forward. He's going to be in this whole, he doesn't need to be a rival of Goku's like all the other past villains that we've grown to love are, or the past antagonists that we've grown to love are. He needs to die. This needs to be his moment here and now. And I think that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it should be. This is TEA Media. This was my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super Broly. And please go see this movie in theaters. Please see the remasters in theaters. This will lead to only more Dragon Ball, and this is what we need. We do not need less. We do not need to go into another dark age of a decade where we don't get any Dragon Ball. We need to keep it going. It is once again at its peak, I think, and this is what it was meant to be like. This is Dragon Ball Super, and it's what it should be.